Visit weather.cadena.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Fraser Thomas, here again to welcome you and act as your host for another Sunday presentation of Family Classics.
I think already I planted a few seeds, some things that you won't touch with me for a while, because I'll let you know when I'm ready for the next step. But I'm gonna take my children, we're gonna get a little vacation. Amen. Just a little one. I left my brother just a little time. Maybe he can tag me, but come on, Brother Walter. I know you're gonna clean this up. I don't even know if you were in the same vein, but I just knew you all need to hear from me just a little bit today. And you know, if Walter, I don't know which way you're going. He didn't either. All right, I love you all. I love you.
Toasty. Yeah. Feels good, doesn't it? Yeah. This coat here is a priestly garb of the man of the house. Wow. Just like in the church, how elders wear their clergy and their robe, and the women wear their white. The men wear their coat at home. Sometimes it's called a pea coat. For those of you who are old enough to understand. Yes, sir. This coat here causes the children of the house to feel either good or bad. Right. Bad because when they see this coat, it reminds them of beatings, chastisements, right, correction, and in some houses, molestation. But in some of the houses, the house I came up under, it was a good coat. Come here, son. It's going to be all right, son. I love you, son. Son, go make some coffee. Let's talk. Did you do your homework? You don't know what 2 + 2 is? I'll sit down with you. Yeah, this coat here. This is a fireside chat that I want to have with the young people today. Yeah, and isn't it wonderful to be able to set up the house like Pastor did today? I hope that was a sneeze. Pastor set up the house today. I'm glad you did the way you did it. Amen. Because I want to talk about this topic here, and I'm going to do it in a way that we who come up in the 1950s, 60s, and 70s understood. During Christmas time, or before Christmas time, there was a book called the Sears Wish Book. It was about that thick. And Mama said, go and look in there and find a toy, and you circle it, and you can go and I'll go and get the toy for you. And it'll be under the tree for Christmas. Rock'em Sock'em Robot. Light bright. Inchworm, Silly Putty, Twister, Stretch Armstrong, Big Wheel, and everything Fisher Price, Etch-a-Sketch, Dressy Bessie, Slinky, a Slinky, Wiggle Woggle, but they don't fall down. Baby Alive, Play-Doh, Operation, Connect 4, G.I. Joe, Barbie, and Ken. These toys was our life. Then what we realized is that once Christmas happened and Daddy put the box down there and we tore open the box and Daddy said, all right, what is this? And we're like, this ain't what we saw on the TV. Parts everywhere. We realized that he didn't really read the box carefully when he bought the toy, because two things on the box is very important. Number one, batteries not included. Number two, some assembly required. Come on. If you would just go to Deuteronomy 11, somebody give me Deuteronomy 11 and 18. Let's see where we can go with this, because this is a part of the wave that some of you missed. You missed. Deuteronomy 11 and 18. Yes, somebody.
Therefore shall ye lay up these my words in your heart and in your soul, and bind them for a sign upon your hand, that they may be as frontlets between your eyes.
Continue.
And ye shall teach them your children, speaking of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, when thou liest down, and when thou risest up.
Continue.
And thou shalt write them upon the doorposts of thine house, and upon thy gates, that your days may be multiplied, and the days of your children in the land which the Lord sware unto your fathers to give them, as the days of heaven upon the earth.
Children, young people, today, first I'd like to apologize for some of the older people, seasoned people who have forgotten you. We were born and we were raised under baby boomers and the silent generation to learn certain things, certain values, all right, and certain cultures that helped us to live a long life. And we might have just lived our lives in a selfish way after a while, as we got into modern technology and cable TV, and we kind of walked away from teaching you and showing you the values. I want to apologize for some of them out there. But one thing I noticed about the monarch butterfly, it's a wonderful creature. It is one of the most magnificent butterflies there is, the monarch butterfly. But what I found out recently, though, is that 60 or 70% of them are dying and been wiped out. They are becoming an instinct, okay? They've been wiped out, all right? Why? Here's why they've been wiped out. It's because the monarch butterfly lay its caterpillar, its larvae, on one plant to eat, only one. That plant is called the milkweed. The milkweed. And it eats the leaves as it's growing, and it eats the leaves as it's growing. Well, here's what's happening. The farmers are not really planting the milkweeds. And the milkweeds that are growing, pesticides and toxins are growing on the milkweeds, so the caterpillars are eating them, and it's too toxic for them, and they die. You are the monarch butterfly, but we're not planting. And some of us who are planting, we have been turned over to the world's devices, and it's toxic, so you're coming home to toxic environments, so you're not growing. So there's a song that says, Zion, what's the matter now? Zion, what?
What's the matter now?
You don't pray like you used to pray.
What's the matter now?
You don't teach like you used to teach.
What's the matter now?
What happened to us? What happened to Medea? What happened to her? What did y'all do to her? There are a lot of terms that we use for grandmother: granny, meemaw, mammy, grandmama, G-mom, nanny, mom, grandme, grandmom, grandcracker, BB, Berber, Nani, Nini, Mia, Sweetie, Nana, Ima, Maminka, Maggie, Bella, Gigi. Did I cover all y'all's names for grandma? I think I did. Big Mama. Whatever happened to her? So this is a chat. I want to teach you a history lesson about Big Mama and her values. Well, I remember my son his nose was clogged up with you know what. He could hardly breathe. And I got the baby in my hand. And I'm like, give me that squeezer thing. Y'all know that ball, and what y'all call that thing? That little blue thing. Yeah. But unfortunately, my son's nose was too small. The holes was too small. And that thing was too big. I couldn't get in there and get the stuff out of there. Now my son can't breathe. And I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I got to get this out of this boy's nose. Big Mama came to the scene. You know what Big Mama did? Can y'all handle this one? Big Mama took my son in her hand, and she took her mouth and covered her whole mouth over his little nose. Sucked it right out. And I went, I fainted. I screamed like a little girl. See, under my auspices, that boy probably would have died. You know, we brothers. We can't have no babies. Thank God he didn't make us get pregnant. You know, thank God that we couldn't handle what y'all handle. Mama sucked that stuff out of his nose and he went to breathing. What happened to Mama? What did y'all do with her? We come up under the time. Well, we had old cars. We had Gremlins and Pacers and Ford Pintos and Ford Granadas and Cordovas and Chevrolets. And we had this wonderful long car called an Electra 225. It's called a Deuce and a Quarter. It had an 8-track tape in there, and you couldn't fast forward the tape. You couldn't rewind. You had to be patient and wait for your favorite to come around again. What happened to y'all? You're impatient. You had a diamond in the back, sunroof top, digging in the scene, yeah, with the gangster lean, ooh. Y'all ain't been saved all your life. And I understand how y'all are watching these crazy TV shows, I get it. And we snuck to the movie to watch black exploitation movies. Yes, we did. Went down into the Chicago theater, the United Artists, the Oriental, and the Woods theaters downtown Chicago. Saw Black Belt Jones, and Shaft, and Dolomite, Count Blackula. We turned on TV to watch Get Christy Love, Jeffersons, and Good Times, and Sanford and Sons, and What's Happening. Yeah, we watched those shows. Yes, we did. Saturday morning, we turned on the TV, and Super Friends and the Flintstones was on, Scooby-Doo and Fat Albert. Y'all understand? But there was this wonderful show that helped us learn. We learned by watching the TV. Y'all ain't learning nothing by watching TV today. Today, it was elbow room. God, they got to get you some elbow room. I'm just up here. Yes, I'm only up here. And I'm sitting here on conjunction, junction, interjection. Lolly, get your adverb. Come on. We learned the preamble. We the people, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the Jordan, this of the. See, you watched that TV show, didn't you? Yes, you did. That's how we learn, y'all, at home. What happened to y'all? Batteries not included, but some assembly required. There was a commercial, cereal commercials that we saw on the TV, which made Mama, she said, you know, we gotta eat healthy, y'all. This was one of our favorites here. Y'all remember this honeycomb? Anybody still eat honeycomb? I know I do. Big taste, but a big bite. But there was another one that was more healthier than honeycomb, okay? This one was a little boy. Here's the thing about that. We really never knew what they were selling. You can't even remember the name of the cereal. You do now. Hey, Mike.
Regular, cinnamon, white light. Nutritious, delicious.
Fruit Loops, Frankenberry, Cocoa Puffs, Wheaties. How many licks does it take to get to the center? Let's find out. And my parents was listening to the radio, but they was watching the radio. It was weird. The people back in the day, they actually dressed up to listen to the radio. Burns and Allen Show, Orson Welles, Abbott and Costello, the Green Hornet, Fibber McGee and Molly, the Great Gildersleeve, Amos and Andy. That was my grandparents' time. Howdy Doody time. Father Knows Best and My Three Sons. Leave It to Beaver and I Love Lucy. These were shows that we loved. Which one was his favorite? My Three Sons. We watched spaghetti westerns, Gunsmoke and the Rifleman, the Cisco Kid and Davy Crockett. Gene Autry, How Gun Will Travel. These were shows that my parents watched, Rawhide and High Noon, the show of shows. What happened to those shows? What happened to our TVs? What happened to America's value? Red Skelton, Jack Benny, and the Mickey Mouse Club. Now it's time to say goodbye to all our family. Yes. Yes. All right, you go ahead. Now, there was something about the TV that some of you may not understand. That TV had two channels. It had UHF and VHF at the bottom. All right? And you turned it in Chicago, you had channel 2, channel 5, channel 7, channel 9, channel 11. Now, then you got to go to the bottom. And then you turn it to channel 32 and 44. You understand what I'm saying? You understand? Now, sometimes it was not as clear, and so you tell one of your brothers or sons to hold it now, so I can watch it. But that didn't always work. So you told Mama, say, go to the closet. Wire hanger, y'all. That was your antenna. But sometimes the knobs on the TV broke off, so Dad said, go to the tool chest. Yes, sir. What happened to those days where we were learning how to fix things at home? Oh, my God, today. And then it was 10 o'clock. It was 10 o'clock, and this announcement came on.
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
What happened to y'all where it's 10 o'clock and y'all don't know where your children are? They running the street all night long, shooting and killing. What happened to us? And then something else happened. At around 10:30, a man will come on the stage and entertain you for about an hour and a half. Y'all know who that was? His name was Johnny Carson. Now the kid's supposed to be in the bed by this time. Because Johnny Carson's jokes wasn't for the children all the time. You understand? But after Johnny Carson came off, something happened to your TV. Okay? They played the national anthem. Every station in America played the national anthem. And something happened to your TV at the end of the national anthem. You can fast forward it to that, fast forward it. Oh, there it is. What did that say? That said, America, it's time for bed. There was no TV on after 1 o'clock in the morning. No TV whatsoever. You had to listen to the radio. Or you had to go to bed. Why? Because the night comes when no man can work. In our homes, it was you were not allowed to sit in the living room on some of that furniture that they had the plastic on the front of it. Yeah. You couldn't sit in the living room, y'all. Now y'all are jumping on your living rooms now. I don't understand. Every house had a punch bowl right there on the table with a huge spoon on it. There was a can of grease on the stove. And y'all use that grease for, I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Y'all use that thing for everything. How you gonna make chicken and fish and that's... If you wanted a snack, you knew how to cook things or make things. Sometimes you go in there and get some bread and you put sugar on it, or ketchup on it, or syrup on it, or peanut butter and syrup and mix it up. That was your snack. Now y'all begging mama for $5 and $10 for a snack. And if the batteries went dead, you didn't throw them out. Where'd you put them? In the refrigerator. When it thundered outside, mama said, be quiet.
God is talking.
God is talking. What happened to us? What happened to America? And we were raised by men and women of great value. Great value. And there was a dress code for us. We dressed up. Okay? And you young men, my father told us that the girls were not supposed to call our house.
Right.
You call the ladies' house.
Yes.
You call the ladies. They don't come to your house and knock on the door. It's Walter there. But that happened only one time. I never seen that girl again. She never came around again. And if you was going to date a young lady, you put on a suit and you kept it on, and you went to the parents' house, and you rang the bell, and the parents came to the house. You didn't say, "Is Sherry in there?" You introduced yourself to the father, and you talked to the father in the living room. Yes, you did. I bet you did. And if you call on the phone and the father answered the phone, you better introduce yourself and say, how are you doing, Mr. Johnson? How's your stocks and bonds? You had a good day? Good. All right. You saw the news today, Mr. Johnson? I sure did, young man. Boy, that president's something else. Yes, he is. Oh, good. Yeah, I'm in school and I'm studying this. Oh, okay, all right. Good, son. Good. By the way, is Betty Lee there? Betty Lee goes, my son-in-law is on the phone. What happened to us? I'm going to close this down. What is it that we can do to return back to our values? In the Revelation, Revelation 2, chapter 2, and verse 2, Revelation 2 and verse 2 through 5. If someone could read that, this would be the answer to many of our problems and woes here.
I know thy works.
I know your works.
And thy labor.
And your labor.
And thy patience.
And your patience.
And how thou canst not bear them which are evil. And thou hast tried them which say they are apostles. Come on. And are not. And hast found them liars. And hast borne and hast patience, and for my name's sake hast labored, and hast not fainted.
Continue.
Nevertheless, I have somewhat against thee, because thou hast left thy first love. Remember therefore from whence thou art fallen, and repent, and do the first works, or else I will come unto thee quickly, and will remove thy candlestick out of this place, except thou repent.
Repent! And do your first works all over again. Why? Because batteries are not included. And there is some assembly required in your life. When the father brought the toys home, he realized there were no batteries. Guess what he had to do? Go back to the store. Go back. In the book of Acts, Acts 2, once the Holy Ghost fell on them, they received the Spirit of God. And then guess what? Later on, they had to go back and get a refreshing. Get it again. Get it again. Why? Because some assembly is yet required. And today we're studying and being pulled in by the world's devices, by secularization and religious pluralism, political correctness, humanism, and the gospel of inclusion, universal reconciliation theology, and Oprahism.
Come on, come on. Yes.
Ayana Vincent, Fix My Life.
Come on, talk.
We're watching Being Mary Jane and Olivia Pope as that's the way the girls want to be. Modern Family and The Bachelor, that's the way the brothers want to be. Empire, they want to be just like that. Maury Povich, not the father, they want to be like that. Oh. Jerry Springer, they want to be like that. What happened to the church? What happened to us? Where did we go? Where did we go wrong? We need to return back to the values that Bishop Moody has instilled, and us and Pastor here, we're riding the wave.
Come on, come on.
It's a wonderful wave if you could just get on it. If you could just get on the wave. Now some of y'all get seasick. So, before I get on the boat, I usually pop a pill in my mouth. I pop that pill. And then I can ride the wave all day long and not get sick. Y'all need to pop the pill of the word. Pop the pill of the word. Pop the pill of the word and consume it whole and ride the wave with us. Young ladies and young men, one of the greatest lessons I learned happened in the bathroom. In the bathroom. Okay? Where Shannon, you still up there? Did she leave? There was a Superman episode. The first episode of Superman, Lois Lane was falling. And Superman grabbed her. Okay? But what they said stayed with me for a long time. Turn the volume up. Go to minute 3. Go to minute 3. 3:15. Go to 3:15. 3 minutes and 15 seconds. And turn the volume up. Turn the volume.
Easy, miss. I've got you.
You got me? Who's got you? I can't believe it.
I got you.
I believe it. He got her.
You got me? Who got you? You turn it off. That's the thing about it. You got me, Pastor? Who got you? You said, you got me now? Who got you? Lord have mercy. Turn to your neighbor and say, you got me? Then ask them, who got you? Who got you? How you gonna have me? Well, who got you? You ever rode the airplane and they give that little spiel? They say when the oxygen goes bad and that bag fall down, who will you put the bag on first? Why? How you gonna help somebody you can't breathe? How you gonna be putting that on me? Who got you? Where you breathing? Who got you? So that a man said he walked into the bathroom, these new technological sound bathrooms, you know, where the attendant is there with the towel ready to give. So you know it ain't Popeyes or KFC bathroom, you know that. All right, it's one of them downtown, all right? He said he walked in there, he went to the stall to relieve himself, all right? When he got finished, he was looking for the handle to flush the stool, and there was no handle. He said, how do I flush this thing? And the attendant said, is there a problem? He said, yeah, I'm trying to flush the toilet. The attendant said, you're standing in the way.
Wow.
You're standing in the way. He said, what do you mean I'm standing in the way? He said, yeah, you're standing in the way. He said, there's a beam there. It's got to be broken. You got to walk out the way so the beam to be broken and then it flush. And he says, I said, wow, that's a message. That'll preach. Here's the message. Y'all who got these really crazy relationships, y'all know you need to cut them off. You need to cut them off. You know that. And they're waste products.
Come on, talk.
And you're trying to handle it.
You trying to handle
it. But the problem is, he's standing in the way. So God says, turn around, walk away, and it will flush. That's what the attendant told him. He said, you're standing in the way. He said, just turn around and walk, and that will flush. Your waste will flush. Your waste will flush. Young people, your waste, you're in the way. Turn around, ride this wave, watch it flush.
Glory to God.
This church has been going through a lot of pain and agony and stress. And some of you are murmuring amongst yourself. And we pick sides. I get it, it is natural. I was a part of a church who lost their pastor as well. I lost 7 pastors. If you're a musician, you know you've been part of many churches. That's just the way it is as a musician. We've been a part of many churches. And 7 of the pastors that I was up under, they all died. So I understand what pain is. All right, so the wave must continue though. Amen. With or without you. But if it's going to be without you, your prayers are so important to us. Your intercession is so important to us. Why? Because we're fighting the same battle against evil. We are the same. And one thing that we have discovered in America is that African Americans, like a lot of times, we are becoming like the crabs in the barrel. Right. My church is better than your church. But Paul said, and the apostle said, did I die for you?
Come on.
Did Apollos die for you? Did he? I thought we were supposed to be learning the same thing. How could you? If you don't want to be a part of a ministry, then you pray for that ministry. That they might flourish. And that the presence of God rests on the pastor that's been installed. You understand what I'm saying? You understand? So the word is forgiveness, and I have discovered that, and medicine discovered that people get physically sick when they don't forgive. Some of you having headaches, body aches, and chronic pain because you can't forgive. And the world discovered. The doctors were asking the patients, they were trying to figure out, I don't understand what this ailment is, and then the doctor finally said, hey, you walking in unforgiveness? Is that something that you can't forgive? And the patients were saying, yes, my uncle did it. That's it.
That's it.
You're sick because you can't release this man. You can't release it. So if you type on Google unforgiveness, actually the word does not exist. That's not the word to use. The word is unforgiving. Amen. That's the word. So unforgiveness is not a word, but for the sake of, because y'all use it a lot, it's unforgivingness, right, which is still incorrect, but it's unforgiving. The reason why unforgiveness is not a word, because to unforgive means you have forgiven them and then you pull it back. So legally, that's not the right word. So it's unforgiving. You are walking in unforgivingness, or you are unforgiving. And that thing sets inside of your body and can cause chaos in your house, and you don't even realize it. And your children are wondering, why are you so upset all the time? Because you can't forgive somebody who don't even live in your house. And the people who you can't forgive, they don't even know that they did this wrong thing. They don't even know it. And they're living a wonderful life while you are sitting here dying. Why sit ye here and die? As soon as they walk in the room, your countenance change. That's when you know you can't forgive them. And messed you up. And you're sick and they done moved on. Y'all ride this wave with us. You'll never be the same again. Amen. Please stand. God, I thank you for your presence. I thank you for your blessings. I thank you for the people of God. These here are your sons and your daughters. You created us in the image and the likeness. You breathed the breath of life into us. You spoke to Adam in the cool of the day. God, you called Abraham friend, and you are now our friend. God, we are human frailty, and as the earth groans and it's moaning, it is travailing, it is pregnant, it is time, it's getting ready to have labor, go into labor and have this child. God, it is you who sent your son to help us through this pain, this labor, this tremor that we go through. It's groaning. And through this storm and this wave and this torrent, we look to you, as Peter looked to you on the Mediterranean. We look to you, Master, calm the sea of our lives. There's some here who can't tell their stories. They've been touched. They've been touched physically. Some of these young people, they've been touched physically. Healing now needs to take place. And sometimes family members don't know what to tell them, how to help them. But God, you know. Teach them, be with them in dreams and visions, and show them your light, God. Show them your light. Show them your light, God, so they'll know that they can lean on you if they can't lean on anyone else for healing. There are many who work in ministry who's never dealt with the pain of grief. As our wonderful elder said last week, the elephant is yet in the room, and they haven't dealt with the last elephant. Now there's a new elephant. God, help us to lean on you as the cross. You laid on the cross. And you cried even for Lazarus, knowing you were going to raise him. You still wept for Lazarus. Why? Because you're human, you were human, and you were able to feel our pain. And because you were able to feel our pain, you still cried for Lazarus. Because you were trying to get us to understand, you know, if anybody knows pain and agony, you do. But at God, as you went to the grave, we died with you. But when you rose, we rose with you. With all power in your hand, help us, God, to lean back to the cross which saves men's soul. Heal our hearts and our minds. Those who are walking in unforgiveness, God, help them to see that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Help us to ride this wave. And we'll love you, and we'll tell mankind of your grace and goodness and your healing power. In Jesus' name, amen.
Hallelujah to the Father. Hallelujah to the Son. Lord, we lift your holy name. You are worthy to be praised. Hallelujah.
Right, Mr. Walters?
Fellas, does it seem like you can't get a good woman? Ladies, wonder why you can't keep a man? Then read The 4 Women That Men Desire, Volume 1, by Sirwalterj to figure out how to break the cycle. Go to Amazon.com to get your copy today.